And we are live. Let's pull up the chat and see what's going on. All right. Oh, okay. We have some action in the chat. So thank you guys so much for joining. I am so excited. I have my friend here. I'm going to let her introduce herself. You guys know I like to talk a lot. So I am not going to stop her introduction. So you want to take it away?
Yes. So I'm Ashley, and I am a wife and a mom to two little boys, ages 3 and 4. And I also have a little Instagram where Stephanie, you're one of the first people I followed in January, learning about clothing and eBay because I was newish to eBay, but I've been doing Amazon FBA for like a year, a little over a year, and eBay for about 8 months. And I just kind of do it as a stay-at-home mom to my kids. They go to preschool a couple times a week. But so I try to work during that time, but mostly it's kind of just a juggling act between when I can find things, when I can list them and send them to Amazon. But yeah, as far I'm 33, I've been married 8 years, and I have a degree in psychology and a master's in educational psychology. So I did school counseling before I had kids, and for me, I just wanted to kind of be home with them and spend time with them. But I also found that when I had children, I really wanted to something that was mine still. So that was the hardest transition, was being a mom and then just watching Elmo all day and making chicken nuggets and feeling like my brain was dying, or that I just felt not like me. So it was really an awesome blessing to find out about reselling over a year ago. And then I just dove in head first. And I started with Amazon. I didn't really know about eBay. I first heard about Amazon and wanted to try that. So I just went in head first with Amazon, sent in a ton of stuff, made a lot of mistakes, but then over the course of a few months, kind of got into a rhythm with books. So I sold mostly books up until December of last year when I started doing toys for Christmas. And every month just kind of grew and grew. And then in January, after a really good December and a really good January with textbooks, because textbook season is August, January. I went on Instagram and started my own little Instagram, and
Which I linked down below, you guys.
yeah, yeah, a hustle at home mom. And I learned from people like you and
Oh.
Monica and so many others who are incredible. And clothing was so interesting to me. So I've started doing used clothing on the side of Amazon. So now I'm trying to get both going, and my life is crazier than ever. So yeah, I guess that's hopefully that's an okay summary about me and where I'm at currently.
Yeah, that sounds really good. So my first kind of question to jump into it. So first, I think that because a lot of people that watch me, really, they do a lot of eBay and they have a lot of questions about Amazon, or they're a little nervous for Amazon. How would you say, how do you balance eBay and Amazon? I mean, is it overwhelming? I don't understand how you just balance those two.
Right. It is hard. I think I've finally gotten into a better rhythm with both, but like in the beginning especially, and I'm sure anyone starting eBay can tell you, it's a lot of work until you find the listing method and the sourcing method and whatever that works for you. eBay is definitely more work, but I enjoy it more. I find that I enjoy finding clothes for it a little bit better, and it's just
Mm.
fun. It's a more fun, and it feels more like mine. So that's why if I can just talk about the why, and then I'll I guess talk
Right.
about how I balance it, even though I don't do a very good job. But I like eBay because I feel like it can't be taken away from me. This is something that I'm building, that I ship it out. eBay can't, or most likely won't, just come in and suspend me for a
Right.
random reason. Whereas for Amazon, that happens often. People will get
Right.
suspended and not know why, and
We'll
then
get
try to
into that,
appeal
I'm
it.
sure.
And it's like, it's like trying to swim up a waterfall. Like you just can't. So, so I like both. So what I've been doing, I with Amazon, I used to source all like in person in
Right,
retail
that's a main
arbitrage.
question I have. What is your
Yeah.
sourcing technique for Amazon? Is it all thrift store finds? Is it all, are you now going more into wholesale? Like, are you branching out?
Yeah, so I am trying to get into more online arbitrage, just
Mhm.
finding deals online that I can order, because that's going to be the most scalable method for me as like a mom of little boys, is going to be ordering things online in bulk and sending
Right.
them to Amazon that way. And just finding deals wherever I can on many obscure, like lots of websites. And there are online arbitrage software programs you can use, like tactical arbitrage
Mhm.
is what I use. It's $100 a month, but it you run a program and it helps you find deals that you can send to Amazon. And like another thing to know about Amazon is you'll if you are just starting, you'll be restricted in a lot of
Right.
categories, and you kind of have to find areas where you're not restricted,
Mhm.
or just go straight to wholesale or your own items to sell on Amazon, and like skip the retail, because a lot of brands are restricted right now. But yeah, I'm doing for Amazon. Pretty much I've transitioned to all online sourcing.
Okay.
I've
Okay,
kind
that's
of
smart.
forced myself to do that, even though there are deals retail. Like there's deals at Marshalls, Ross, TJ Maxx. There's amazing deal. Walmart, like they have deals. The
I
only
used
issue
to
is I
source,
don't
like
want
I
to.
tried sourcing at Walmart, and
Yeah,
so many people would get the same thing that it would drive the prices to like the floor. It was
yes,
crazy.
exactly. And that is an issue with Amazon. Absolutely. And same with online arbitrage, that happens. Yeah. So like,
Do you
so
find
yeah,
it
things
less
will
with
drive.
online though?
What's that?
Like you find it less with online? Like you find that the prices hold steadier when you do it with online arbitrage?
Um, it still happens, but it
Mhm.
is it with certain genre, or like certain categories, it's less likely to happen. And
Okay.
like within a certain sales rank, it's less likely to happen, just because things are selling so fast.
Okay.
Time, because what happens is, like, if something is a little bit more slow moving, or even if it sells like once a day, or a couple times a day, or even a couple times a week, that sounds fine, because you're like, oh,
Mhm.
great, like I know it'll sell. But if there's a few other FBA sellers, they're all going to want to be the next
Mhm.
sale. So they'll all just tank their prices, and you'll have
Right.
to go along with them. So the key with it really is patience. If
Mhm.
you can wait even a couple months, as painful as it is, like if you can build up your inventory enough to where you hold a price to where you're going to make a profit that you want, and just wait,
Right.
then the price will come back up generally. Like that's what I've noticed. If I can just wait and hold my price at a profit, like, and that's where, it takes patience and money, because a
Right,
lot,
because
that's
don't you have to have your money tied up then?
exactly, you have your money tied up for a while. So you would have to have like a backlog of items
Okay.
that are ready to, like, so you would have to be sending stuff in for a month or two, right? Like
Okay.
and it won't take all of them a month. Like a lot of them will maintain their price just fine. But that is something you're going to struggle with, as long as you're doing retail arbitrage
Mhm.
or online arbitrage. Price competition will just end up happening.
Right.
So like what you can do is wait, or take your price along with everyone. Like it's like a game. Like it's a gamble,
Right.
kind of. You don't know. Whereas that's why I kind of like eBay, is I know something will sell. Like I know I can buy something at a thrift store and know I'm going to make a profit on it, and list my own listing and
Mhm.
make it pretty, and like have
Right.
with confidence know it's probably going to sell. Um, but like that's why with Amazon for a long, like I've been doing also garage sale finds and thrift store finds, like used electronics. Those
Oh
sell
yeah,
really well, and because they're not found everywhere, they hold their price. And
that's
like
good.
same with books. Books will hold their price just
Right.
because they're like one-offs, right? And so
Mhm.
one of the things I'm grateful for is learning both platforms and what sells on both. I mean, I'm not an
Right.
expert by any means, but that means I can go to a garage sale and see a purse that I know would sell on eBay, and then books that I know would sell on Amazon.
That's
Or
really
like I
smart.
can get everything and then just say, okay, this will go to Amazon, this will go to eBay. Whereas last summer when I was just sourcing for Amazon, I know I skipped a lot of stuff I could have sold for
Oh,
good money on eBay. So I think it's valuable to at least know both
right. I think they
and
both
become
have like
familiar.
their benefits because definitely Amazon is so fast to like
Yeah.
get things out there and get the things list. I mean, it's so fast compared to like the listing process, creating the listing, comparing price. You know, it's like it's a lot more work, I feel like, versus
Mm-hmm.
not that it's a lot more work, but it's a lot more like putting in the time at the computer, taking the pictures, moving the mannequin, adjusting the lights, you know. It can be kind of like overwhelming, I guess, if you're just starting out.
Absolutely. Yeah. And that definitely was when I started eBay. Like, I was like, this takes forever compared to Amazon. Because, yeah, you just slap a label on, send it to Amazon's warehouse, and you're done. But, like, I think if you just get into a good rhythm with eBay, with like, right now, I just batch photograph on my phone and I list as I go with the kids, park time,
Right.
pool time. I'll just list from my phone and like try to do sell similar and speed up the process, and it's been pretty good. um so but yeah, but like, and that's where like Amazon is such a valuable thing, really. If I mean, I like don't want to scare anyone off because it is, prices do go down sometimes,
Mm-hmm.
but generally you know when something will sell and for how much. You can look at a price history and see in the last 6 months what it's sold for, from other FBA sellers. And if you see a deal for it at the store or online that for $20 and it's sold on Amazon for $60 for the last 6 months, you can have a pretty good assurance it's going to sell for at least $40 to $60 for you, especially
Right.
if the rank is good. So like that's one way. If you can familiarize yourself with like camel data or Keepa, the extension on Chrome, then you can like you can read the data and see with a general good idea when something will sell and for how much. And that
Okay.
way, like, because sometimes prices will spike because Amazon's out of stock.
Yes.
And so, like, you'll see this yellow line on the Keepa graph that shows Amazon was in stock and sold it for $20. Like, I just today, I saw this little baby toy that sells for $15 with when Amazon is selling it. It's out of stock and it's been selling for $80 because all the FBA sellers can shoot up their prices, right? But we don't, the only gamble is you don't know when Amazon's going to come back in stock
Right.
and tank the price again.
Right.
So like, so that was a
It's a gamble.
temporary price inflation. Whereas if it had sold consistently for $80 and I could buy it for 20, I would buy a bunch and
Right.
send it in. And like, and so, and I'm just, as I, like I said, like I'm not an expert, but I'm definitely, there is amazing potential out there, especially like if you can get used to slimmer margins. And this is only with new items. I'm not talking about books. Books are a fantastic way to get started with Amazon.
Yeah.
But if you want to just buy new things online or at the store and send them to Amazon, if you have to kind of be okay with like spending $15 and getting 10 back or
Right.
5 back. Like,
Right.
because that's going to, even those margins are good on Amazon with new items. That's like a
Right.
good margin.
So
So
you're
like if
working really on quantity on Amazon is what you're working with a lot of the time.
exactly.
Unless you find one of those like, you know, unicorn things that's like, oh my gosh, an electronic that, you know, nobody sells and now I have it.
Yeah.
So, and my
Exactly.
question, my main thing, because I know a lot of people that are watching really want to get into Amazon.
Mm-hmm.
So what what would what would they do if they just want to start selling on Amazon? Like what is the first step that they need to take to become a seller? Like should they do an FBA first or should they do just the regular account? Like what are steps they should start taking?
Yeah. So definitely like if you don't already, I had set up an LLC and a bank
Mhm.
account.
Oh
Like
yeah.
get all of your ducks in a row with your
Yeah.
business and treat yourself like a business and
Hmm.
set like any steps you can take to do that helps so much because
Yes.
accounting is real and you've got to
Absolutely.
account for all this stuff because I jumped in so fast and started selling so much that like I needed to do some
It's hard
back.
to backtrack
Yes,
on the accounting
definitely.
end.
So, and then all you have to do is sign up for an Amazon seller account. And yeah, if you want to start with a personal account and not a professional, you don't have to like you don't have to pay really any fees. Normally it's like a $40 a month fee to pay to sell as a professional on Amazon. You just would pay $1 per item. So
Okay.
if you're going to sell 40 or less items a month, it's fine just to have a
Right.
personal seller's account. And then like, but if you want to do more, it just makes financial sense to do the professional
Hmm.
account. And then yeah, you can do fulfilled by merchant at first, and that's going to feel a lot like eBay. You just send it off yourself. But the
But
true
how are the
power,
sales on that?
what's that?
Like, how are the sales on the fulfilled yourself are compared to
I mean,
FBA?
yeah, so they don't command as high of a price for
Okay.
sure. And but a lot of people have a lot of success with Fulfilled by Merchant, and that's how
Okay.
they operate. The issue is when you get a negative review, you can't just appeal to Amazon and say, take this off because you were fulfilling it. Like it's on you, and you kind of
Oh,
have to like take that. So there
okay.
are some risks there. But it's a good way to get your feet wet. But like the power of Amazon is the FBA. Like
Yeah,
that's where you can
absolutely.
really build a huge inventory. Like I have currently 830 items, which it was over 1,000
Wow.
for a while. But like I have that in my Amazon inventory, and I can't imagine in my house where that would be. I
So,
couldn't.
Mike, what steps are you doing now that the holidays are coming up? Like, what's happening like in your mind and in your business, like preparing for the holidays? Are you sending in more things, or how are you handling the holidays?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I'm sending in as much as I can. Like, I'm just focusing on a number. I would love to have 1,500 items in my Amazon inventory. And I would just love to have those that like keep it at that
Right.
number, kind of like you would with an eBay store. You know, you want it,
Okay.
people reach for certain numbers in their
Hmm.
account that they want because that's when you start to see consistent sales. So I would love to just shove in as much inventory as I can until it's like at 1,500 with an average sale price of $40 or more. And then that would
And after fees, what is that more or less?
so
Like, how
Amazon
hefty are
fees,
the fees?
yeah, so Amazon fees are like 25 to 33%. It just
Okay.
depends on
On
how,
average.
even less sometimes if your item is expensive and small. Like, but so that would like if that would I don't know how to, let's see. Like if I had 500 items sell in December, which
Hmm.
is about what I had last year. It's like twice what I normally, well, it's like at least 75% more than I sell every other month.
Oh,
I
wow.
would love to do a lot more. Like so the more I have in my inventory,
The more
the
you can
more
sell.
stuff that'll sell while
Like
people's eyes
eBay.
are on it. And that's what happened in textbook season. I had about 200 textbooks that I sent in that I held the price for until the 2 weeks where it was busiest.
Oh,
And then
that's
I let my
smart.
repricer go, and it all sold out in 2 weeks for a good price. And those were very good weeks for me.
Yeah.
Um, so yeah, so like, okay, so for Amazon, if you pay $10 for an item that will sell for 30, you'll probably keep 10 as profit. That's just kind of what you can, they'll take a third,
Okay.
you'll take a third to pay yourself back, and then you'll keep a third. So
Okay.
like, so yeah, it's kind of, it just depends on what your percentage
Right.
is. For me, my margins are going to be a little slimmer, and that's okay. If I sell $10,000 in December, which is what ended up selling last year, I profited about 3,300 from that.
That's good. So then
Um,
you can kind of gauge in your head, like every 10,000 is roughly going to be around that.
exactly. If you're buying things with 100% ROI. If it's lower, you know, you could sell, and that's the thing with Amazon, like people will show their numbers, myself included, and I do try to disclose like yeah, the number says I sold 10,000, but if my percentage of, return is like 20%,
I know
I'm
that's so
probably only
it's not that it's discouraging because it's awesome for those
yeah.
other sellers, but I follow some Amazon sellers that their numbers are like $500,000 a month.
Oh yeah. Yep. Yeah. And
And I'm
but
like,
what they're doing
what the
is
heck?
it's crazy. I know. And they're so I know it, and I've talked to many of them, and they're doing kind of what I'm trying to do. They just have more money. Like just
Right.
understand if they are selling 500,000, this is to your audience, not to you. Because I know you already know, but like if they're selling $500,000 a month, they're spending 300,000 or
Yeah.
more to get those numbers.
Yeah.
or 400,000 maybe. So like if you want to spend $40,000 a month, you can make 10,000 profit
Right.
like with all these tips and tricks, but you're gonna that's a limitation with Amazon. If you want to like do what these people are doing as a one-man operation
You need a
and
lot of
sending to
money.
Amazon and making those margins, you have to spend a lot. Whereas with eBay, you don't. Or I mean,
Right.
this is unless you want to just strictly do the thrift store route with Amazon and just strictly do books because those you're buying for a
Have it
couple
like as a
bucks.
side business to eBay kind of thing.
Yes. Yeah. Like, so for me, like when I was doing books, that was such a great way to spend very little and make
Hmm.
10 times my money back. So like
Right.
that's a much better margin. Like if you would just, but you have to like, it's tedious. It's definitely not as exciting as eBay. Like you have to scan every book in the shelves and you're pulling out of every 100, maybe one
And
or two.
I see your the camo guys that you always
The
post about.
camo guys. The old camo guys who do it and love it, and I don't get it. But yeah, but I and as fun as that was, and as lucrative as that was, I'm just trying to like. There's only so much time I
Yeah.
can spend away doing that,
Right.
and so I'm trying to find the sourcing methods that are going to be scalable for me,
Right.
and that just wasn't. Even though it's awesome and like I'm tempted to go back to it because I knew those prices would stick. I knew they would stay the same. They wouldn't go down. Like they're, I mean, they book prices even change a little bit, but for the most part, they're much steadier
Consistent.
than
Yeah.
like shoes or, whatever.
And are you selling clothes now on Amazon? Like, do you do a lot of clothes on Amazon, or you try to keep that
You
to
know,
eBay?
so I stopped doing clothes on Amazon, and here's why. I mean, I'll still kind of do some that have a good rank and lots of reviews.
Hmm.
I was creating my own clothing listings on Amazon for a while and seeing great
For
results.
brands like Free People and stuff, or just like
Uh-huh. Free
wholesale?
People, like the brands that
Okay.
would do well on eBay. Free People,
Okay.
Eileen Fisher, Joie, like those kind of Nordstrom brands that are high end. And they were selling and doing great, but the return rate was like 40%. I'm not even kidding. So like
Oh, wow.
crazy returns, and they do go back to your inventory and they get sold again, but like that's so discouraging. Like those returns are so
Yeah.
disheartening that I just decided, you know what, my eBay store is doing really well right now. I've got a lot more traffic and I've got a lot more people following, so I just pulled all my clothing that I had on Amazon and I'm just going to send it to eBay. Just
Yeah.
because, yeah, I just got the
And then you
returns
always
are
have
just
something to list then. That way you could keep your eBay store replenished while your Amazon store is too.
exactly. Yeah, exactly. And just yeah, so I'm focusing on I mean, I've tried and failed many times. So like hopefully people understand like it's kind of a trial and error. You're gonna
Right.
like I would definitely encourage doing it though because I do, a roughly 5 to 10 times my numbers on eBay just with Amazon. Just
Right.
because it's and I spend a quarter of the time doing it. But I enjoy eBay and it's fun. So
Right.
like I know like people will say like, "Oh, just focus on Amazon," but at the same
But
time
you
like
enjoy it.
I enjoy it and Amazon will suspend people for no reason
Yeah.
or for one inauthentic claim that someone just did just because they want a free return. Like if somebody's like, I don't like this bra anymore, I want to return it, and I just want to select that it's inauthentic because then I get a free return back, then your account's suspended. And it could be
And you can't
suspended
even
for,
appeal it, or
yeah, like it will, and you don't know how long it'll be suspended. I haven't been through that, but I know many others who
yeah, I've
have, and
seen
it's
some
really
people go
hard
through it.
because they hold your money and they don't let you sell and you have to appeal it and
Oh
it can
God.
take weeks or even months to get that reinstated. So that's why
Wow.
I like eBay because it's like a backup. Like just in
Yeah.
case anything happens with Amazon, I have eBay to like feed and grow.
Yeah, absolutely.
So
That's really scary. And
yeah.
how long does it, like on average, how many items are you sending to Amazon at a time? And how long does it take you to like prepare that box?
Yeah. So what's nice, this is the best part about doing the way I'm doing online. They
Hmm.
come to you in a box. You
Oh.
can print off the labels, stack, like just put them on the item, whether it's, I have a bunch of dried mangoes that I'm sending it. So like put that on the barcode and send them right back to Amazon in the same box.
So
So
that's
I
it.
try to order about as many as would be in a big box. And so I can like right now I have like 6 big boxes I need to go through and send to Amazon. That will probably take me no more than an hour or two.
Oh, wow. So Amazon
Whereas with,
inventory doesn't sit in your house. It's like in, put the barcodes out. That's it.
yes. And then
That's
I'm
good.
even actually working on using a prep center to do all that for me
Oh,
because I'm
wow.
again trying to cut out any like I've been like so overwhelmed lately and really burnt out because I am trying to do so much and like I've been wanting to find ways I can work smarter and not have to
Not
deal. So
harder,
like
yeah.
there are prep centers that will help you with your Amazon inventory. And if you online order stuff and send it to them, they'll prep it and ship it. And you just pay them per
And are the
item.
fees involved in that like really extensive? Like, are they really like immense, or they're fine? They wouldn't
No,
cut into your profits.
they seem really reasonable. The some that I found are just $1 per item. So as long as
Oh,
I
okay.
can buy, like if I buy shoes, like today, I bought 4 pairs of shoes for $40 that will sell for 80 on Amazon and give me about $20 back. So that's like a
Okay.
50%. And if I'm paying them $1 to process all of those, and these prep centers, a lot of them are in tax-free states. So you're sending your stuff
Oh.
to them and not paying sales tax
Oh, okay.
on those online orders. And then that saves you money. And then just $1 per item, I would just hold my price at $1 more. So I
Okay.
figure like it's, I can offset those costs and save myself a ton of time. And if you're buying bulk, you can have them pallet shipped for you. Whereas in my house, I can't ship on a
Yeah.
pallet.
You
Like
can't get
it's
like a
not going
whole
to happen.
pallet set. Yeah, that would be
Yeah.
crazy.
I'm not a warehouse. So yeah, so those are ideas. I mean, I'm just like sharing these are the ideas that I'm going to work through. Like I'm fleshing out right now, and it could be a disaster. I think it'll really help me though. And I think once that's done, you talked about like how I balance Amazon,
Mhm.
eBay. What I'll do is I'll just do my online shopping in the morning
Okay.
after my morning run or whatever,
Uh-huh.
and then send it to that prep center and then try to do at least 10 to 20 eBay listings a day during either do my pictures, have all those batch done and
Okay.
list 20 a day, or even hire someone to, once I take pictures with all the information in the pictures, to then list for me.
Oh,
So
okay.
like I'm just kind of brainstorming how eBay is a little tricky though when it comes to hiring help. So
Yeah,
I don't know.
it definitely.
Those are all my ideas. I have many ideas going on. They could all fail. I could crash and burn at any time. So
Anyone
take
can.
what I'm saying
Anybody
with a
in
grain of salt.
online can. So you're not the only one. So we are
Yep.
in the halfway mark because I usually do about an hour, if that's okay with you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
totally.
So I want to take some questions. The chat has been super quiet, so I think that we should maybe start taking some questions from everyone. So let
Okay.
me go through the chat and kind of see what is first. What's your eBay store? Somebody wants to know what your eBay store is.
Oh yeah, it's
I forgot to link it. I wasn't sure if you wanted me to link it or not. So
oh yeah, no, that's fine. Well, like I won't I mean, I have it I don't really advertise it a lot because like I like to see the organic growth, but like it's clean and crisp. That's my eBay
I
store.
saw it either on your Instagram or on your YouTube
Yeah.
page, and I was like, should I post it? I don't know.
Oh
So,
yeah.
and
No,
I
I
did
mean,
see,
it's in my link tree on
yeah,
Instagram. So
yeah,
like
a direct
yeah.
link. Perfect. Okay. And then somebody else says, where, this is like a question slash like frustration, where to even start with online sourcing.
Right. I mean, I really don't know what to say other than just look for
Yeah, that's a hard
deals.
question.
That's a hard question, but and like I would just tell you exactly
No,
where I
you
go, but
can't do
like
that. Yeah,
I can't. So
you can't do that.
so I would this is what I do. Like with tactical arbitrage, they have like 400 something websites that they link to that you can scrape and compare deals to on Amazon. So just start there. Start if I mean personally, I think it's just really hard to do without some kind of software to help you, or do it. Okay, here's an idea, and this is something that's worked for me in the past: is find something on Amazon that's selling well. And this, I mean,
Mhm.
again, it's going to take time. There's no easy, quick solution. Find something that's selling well, and then just search on Google and
Okay.
find that item. And if you find it for less, buy it. Like and I've done that with several items that has worked pretty well. So like I'll find something that I like a sneaker or a toy that's selling well on Amazon for a good price, and I'll just Google search and see if I can find it somewhere for really cheap. And that's worked too. So, and I've done that with clothing. So that actually I did that with like there was a Free People top, and this is back when I was doing more clothing on Amazon. And again, clothing is fine. Like if you want to do clothing on Amazon, there's people who do it and are very successful with it. They just like aren't as the returns were so disheartening that I just couldn't do it anymore. So,
It's
but
too much.
but yeah. So I found this Lucky Brand red top that was selling on Amazon pretty consistently, and it was selling for like $40. And then I found it on like Macy's.com for $8 during a clearance sale. So I
Oh,
bought 10 of
wow.
them, and they all sold within like a month, I want to say. So like
Did you get any
that's one
returns?
way. Just kind of try to be like and follow deal websites, and there's ways. You just kind of have to
Yeah.
sniff around and find out
Yeah.
what's best for you.
Yeah. And so somebody says, should you get a PO box when you start Amazon?
You don't have to.
I
I didn't.
personally did. I personally would. This isn't really Amazon related, but for my LLC, like I have a PO box on it, and that way, you know, it's like people won't have my address. I don't know, and I just find that weird.
That's
So I
true.
personally do, but I don't think I use it actually for Amazon though. I think I like put my house address or like my parents' house address on it.
Right. Yeah. No, like I think that's smart though, because yeah, you don't want people knowing your address for sure.
Yeah,
Um, so yeah, like you could. I mean,
it's
you
not a
could. And there's people
requirement
who
though.
open multiple accounts with Amazon. You have to like go through some trickery to do it. No, I mean, not like you have to just kind of go through some hoops to do it, but
Yeah.
opening a PO box would be one way to kind of work through a loophole.
And somebody says, do you need to get an LLC to open eBay or Amazon store? Or can that wait? No, you don't need an LLC. At least for eBay, you don't. Just for tax
No.
reasons, I would recommend LLC. I'm an accountant. I went to school for accounting, and my mom is a
Oh,
CPA.
that's awesome.
So
Oh, wow.
yeah,
I need to talk to you guys for
no,
taxes.
no, not to me.
That's awesome. But yeah,
um,
you the protection you get from an LLC is
yeah,
really important, and like it helps you treat it like a business. Like treat
yeah,
it like it's a business, and you'll treat it more seriously than if it's just a side
definitely.
thing, you know.
Oh, I think this is a good question. It says, what online subscription tools such as Repricer, Tactical Arbitrage, etc. do you use and how much do they cost monthly?
Yeah. So I use a lot. Um and I mean, but it's to me they're all necessary to get the sales
Right.
I'm getting, and luckily with Instagram and YouTube and some affiliate links, those pay my affiliate income pays for my like subscriptions, which is really nice.
Right.
But I do use things like I use Tactical Arbitrage. I don't have an affiliate for that, but like I use that. It's $100 a month. I use eFlip for books, and that's
Okay.
$80 a month. Uh, I do use App Eagle for my repricing,
Okay.
and that is $150 a month. So it is pricey, but it it is the most effective repricer I've ever used, and it gets sales. It makes sales happen. So I will
Anything
take
to make
it.
the sales, right?
What's that?
Anything to make those sales come rolling in.
Honestly, anything to make those sales. And really like my sales are in at generally 10,000 a month, 8 to 10,000. So like these few $100s for me are worth it my to get things going.
Right.
And then I think that's pretty much it. I use Inventory Lab to process my Amazon shipments.
Mm-hmm.
And that is $49 a month as well. So there's a lot.
There's
Like I think
some
we added
cost
it up,
involved,
and
but nothing too crazy.
it's not too crazy, and like I feel like it is worth it. I
Okay.
mean, it just all these things are tools that really help me be more efficient,
Right.
but yeah, they work great. I've sold thousands of dollars worth of books with eFlip, and like usually my first two books that I find pay for the $80
Oh,
monthly fee.
that's
So
good. And somebody, I think this is also a good question, It is, what is the process with sending in used electronics or kitchen items into Amazon? Like what with a VCR, do you need to have the remote? I think what they're trying to get at is like, could it be used? Does it need to have all the parts? Like, what happens if it doesn't have all the parts?
Yeah, so this is what I would recommend. First off, I take a little video of that electronic or item working because I want proof that it works in case I get a negative review or someone tries to scam me. So I will prove it, like, and I'll take a picture of it working, or like with a printer, I'll take a picture of it with the printed page that's got, you know, and I'll just say it works. And that also gets your items sold faster if you attach that on Amazon. But when you're prepping an electronic, just bubble wrap it really well, saran wrap around that, and then stick the barcode label on that. And then that's fine. That's what I've done. And you can also reinforce
problems.
I haven't had any problems as far as like it getting to the warehouse and selling fine. The electronics though sometimes get returned, or if there's no remote, like you can still sell it. I've sold a lot of VCRs without the remote, but sometimes you'll get someone return it just because there is no remote. Or like one guy was like emailing me and like I had to send him a remote and then he ended up returning it anyway. So it's just a better customer experience if you have the remote. So I would recommend finding it, but if not, like I've still sent them in and then just disclosed there's no remote.
But I feel like people sometimes disregard the fine print and just like,
that's very true.
It's so annoying. Oh my God. It's like, come on, just read a little. Jeez, I always
read a sentence. Yeah.
It's like, come on. All right, so then this is another good question. It says, if I find something online to sell on Amazon, how do I know if Amazon will allow me to sell it?
So you'd have to go either use your Amazon seller app and look up that item. Like you need to have an Amazon seller account for sure before you can see if you're restricted. And then in your Amazon seller app or in your account, just look up that exact item, the exact barcode or ASIN or whatever, and it'll either pull up listing limitations apply or restricted, like, or you are not allowed to sell this brand, or it'll say sell yours now. So like you can see, and in the app, it'll just show you with a big red restricted across if you can't. So those are the ways you can see. But just know, like, if it's a big brand, Nike, Adidas, Sony, Under Armour, those are going to be restricted for new sellers. So be aware of that.
Right. And then here it says, is that $8,000 or $10,000 profit a month what you take home, or is it a percentage of that? I think she's talking about when you said sales.
Oh yeah,
how sometimes people just show their sales.
Yes, those are gross sales. And so my take home, like, for example, I mean, I can give you last month because I just looked up those numbers. And that's something that's nice about Inventory Lab is it'll show you your profit, which is nice, your net profit. So I sold $12,500 on just Amazon in August because of the textbook season. And because they were books that I got for a really good deal, I profited $5,500 of that net profit. But like that was my best month ever. But then the month before was, I want to say, like an $8,000 month, and my net profit was, I want to say 3,000 ish. So like, or 2,500.
Those are pretty good margins though for Amazon. I mean, from what I've heard of other people's, I mean, those are good Amazon profit margins.
Yeah, and
I've heard of people doing like 10,000 in sales and only making like $500 or $1,000.
Oh yeah, that is a real, that happens a lot, especially with like wholesale numbers. You're spending, you're selling 10-12,000 a month, but then making 500 to 1,000.
Yeah.
Or I mean, I don't want to speak for every wholesaler because there's some who get much better deals, but some, like, the margins are, or people who sell, like I know of one guy in Vegas who sells, $1 million a year, but I think, he sold $1 million that year, but he netted like 70 or 80,000. So like sounds like an amazing number, but I think, and anyway, so like there's numbers, sales numbers can be deceiving, but then there's those who sell
Yeah.
millions and make millions, you know? So
Right.
I don't
Yep.
want to speak
Sell
for
millions,
everyone.
make millions.
Yeah, you have to, yeah, exactly. That's just because it's been garage sale season, and anything that's like a Nintendo Wii or a PlayStation or VCRs, those have incredible margins, and I've been sending a lot of those in, along with my online arbitrage. But as I get more into the online stuff, I'm gonna see margins closer to,
Mhm.
I'm gonna sell 10,000 and make two or
Right.
something like that. And that'd be
Right.
20%. I'd be happy with that.
You know, I was actually on Amazon. So, you know, like that we're about to experience a hurricane, and I was kind of panicking with the whole water thing and all that stuff. So I looked on Amazon to see if I could order, like, you know, Amazon Prime waters.
Mm-hmm.
The prices were out of control on the waters.
Really?
Like $40 a case.
Oh my gosh.
I was
That's
like,
just
how are they allowing this? Like,
that's
I
crazy.
maybe they took it down already, but because I know that they were under fire because that's illegal. That's like price gouging or whatever it's called. So I was like,
Yeah.
how are they allowing this? It was
They
like
I
just
mean,
like regular spring water, like 24 pack for $40. I was like,
that's
oh my
crazy.
God.
That's
Yeah.
crazy. And that is taking advantage for sure.
Yeah.
Like
I
the
was like,
solar
that's like,
glasses,
I
right?
don't even
Like
know.
yeah, I mean, this I know those solar
Look, somebody
glasses
just
got
commented. Somebody just sent in and says $100 for water on Amazon.
Oh my
I guess they
gosh.
didn't change it.
That's crazy. Those
It's
people
so
are
sad, honestly, because in all honesty, like we are having such a shortage of water. Like I personally know people that cannot get their hands on any water. So like I guess they're trying to turn to Amazon to see, and like that's just crazy. Like that's just insane.
That's so crazy. Yeah. That's like, I mean, that's where in December, like not in this way, but like
Right.
when Amazon sells out, because Amazon's the one that's keeping the price really low. When
Right.
they're no, when they sell out, the FBA sellers can then just
It's out of
skyrocket the
control.
price. Yeah. So that's where in
Oh, did
December,
you ever get any of those weird Christmas toys? What were those toys? The
oh, the
little
Hatchimal.
Hatchimals. What were those going for on Amazon?
Oh, like
FBA.
150, I want to say. I want to
Wow.
say like 150. But that like the thing is though, like I found people were so crazy about the Hatchimals. I
It's
I
crazy.
don't understand. Like the profit was fine. I think it was more hype. Like and personally, like I have little kids. I have the Hatchimal thing like kind of bugged me. Like I get capitalism, but like
Hmm.
I have little kids and I know desperate parents. Like, I don't know. Like, I just,
We'll do
something
anything.
in me was like, I just can't bring myself to like charge an adult $150 for a stupid toy. So, but I found these thermometers, these meat thermometers. Like that was my amazing deal. I got 16 of them for $80. They all sold for 150 in 3 days.
Oh wow.
So like that, I mean, I'm like, okay, the deals are out there and there's fads like the Nintendo Switch, like but like you can buy one of them, sell it for
Right.
make $50, but like I'm not going to stand out in line for 2 days just to get like what is the new thing, whatever.
Yeah,
I'd
your
much
time
rather
is worth
just
more
scour
than that.
online and get something random like a meat thermometer and sell that for more, you
Yeah.
know.
And somebody says here, if somebody returns your item to Amazon, does Amazon relist it as used? Oh, that's a good question.
They determine you can either select to have all returns sent back to you, or you can have Amazon's warehouse people assess the condition. If it's not, if it's they'll say it's unfulfillable. If it's
Oh, okay.
clearly been used or damaged, it's unfulfillable, they'll send it back to you, and they should on those refund you
Hmm.
because those are damaged by the customer. And that's another thing. There's like refunds managers. There's businesses that will get you refunds, excuse me,
Right.
on Amazon for things because Amazon takes a long time to reimburse you for stuff.
Oh,
So yeah, that's what happens. So with clothing, every time it was just sent back to Amazon and then restocked because it had the tags on. It was just someone tried
right.
it on, didn't like it.
Right.
Same with but the like if it's an electronic or a toy, it's been opened, then it's going to be sent back
Oh,
to you and you
darn.
kind of you're out of luck. And you
Oh,
can
that
get a
sucks.
reimbursement from Amazon and try to sell it on eBay, but it happens. It's annoying, but
That
it
really
happens.
sucks. But
Yeah.
that's a thing of business. Like sometimes, on eBay you can get things back like crazily damaged. So didn't you
Yes,
post a picture about that?
I did. And I'm so dumb and I'll never do this again. But like I had a Fendi crossbody bag, a cute little vintage
I
one.
remember it was
And you know
crazy.
purses. Yeah, like I mean, I'm not the purse girl, but I knew it was worth money and so I sold it. And I got it back. I saw the box had returned and she had been bugging me to like get the refund. And so I was like, okay, issue the refund because I'm gonna forget and she's gonna leave me a negative, right? So I sent her the refund before I got opened it. I opened up the package and it was just destroyed. Like it was peeling
Right.
and
Oh
it
my,
was
let's
like
just, what did she do to it? What do you think she even did to it?
I don't know. It's like a did like a dog get to it? Like I don't know. I
That's just like
really
evil,
yeah,
honestly.
I know. And now it's completely ruined. I'm out. I mean, I'm not really out the $80 I sold it for or 70 or whatever it ended up selling for.
Right.
I'm out $3 because that's what I bought it for at a garage sale. But like it's annoying, you know.
It's annoying because like
It's
now that
frustrating.
$70 is taken out of your account. And like even though
Yeah.
you didn't put that in, like, like I hate returns.
Yeah. They're the worst. But they're much I mean, if you think returns are bad on eBay for anyone listening, like they're much worse on Amazon, but that's just something that's part of the game. So like you
Yeah,
just kind of get
returns are
used to it.
just I mean, sometimes I see people like at the grocery store returning, they're like, "Oh, I want to return this," and it's like opened or eaten, and I'm like, what?
Right.
Like
My
that
friend
would annoy
returned a
me.
watermelon, like I'd eaten. She like ate, she cut into it and was like, "This is mealy," and she returned it. Like I love her. It was so funny, but yeah, like people on Amazon, they have such an amazing return policy. Like I mean, that's why they shop there. They know they get the
Right,
returns, so
right,
they they'll return stuff. And I mean, that's the thing too with eBay, having eBay and Amazon. If I do get an electronics return that's open box, I can then sell it on eBay or I can sell it for parts, or you can find ways to salvage it and get the money back, at least some of the money back. So,
right.
and that's the same with clothing, selling the clothing on Amazon. If it does come back without the tags, I can sell it on eBay. So that's but I'm still but yeah, but like I said, I pulled all my clothing. I'm just gonna sell it on eBay.
That's somebody just wrote in the chat. They're like, "Hey, I'm about to return this big box of frosted mini wheats to Walmart because it was literally all crumbs. LOL. My kids won't eat it." Well, why would they sell? I guess maybe during transit it got like all
Yeah,
squashed and
I'm
crummy.
sure
I
that's
wouldn't
part of
eat
it.
that either.
Yeah, it's so funny.
I would show it to them and be like, "Would you eat this?" To the
Yeah,
people.
yeah.
Yeah, I wouldn't eat that either, honestly.
No, my kids wouldn't touch it. No.
I feel like if I were younger, like if me and my siblings were young, we would like throw it. We'd be like, "We don't want this." Can you imagine?
Totally. Oh my gosh, totally.
Well, this was a lot of fun. An hour just like flew by, honestly.
Yeah.
This was amazing. I feel like it was helpful for me, and I have sold on Amazon FBA, so I can't even imagine how helpful this is to somebody that has like never done anything Amazon related. So,
Oh,
I
and
mean, this was amazing.
yeah. I hope so. I hope it wasn't it's a lot. I hope it wasn't
It
like
is
too
a lot.
fire hose. Like it's a lot to take in, but like there
I
are
think people just need to follow you on Instagram and just like watch all your stuff
right.
because
Right.
um,
No.
you do
You'll also see how
awesome.
my life is a hot mess if you want to follow me. But I do not have it all together, but like Amazon is amazing. And like yeah, if you look through my feed, there's ways to get started with Amazon that are simpler and easier and lower investment. And really it's just books and thrift store. If you stick to a thrift store, you can get started with Amazon with very little investment and start seeing money come back. Thrift stores and garage sales, that's enough
Probably
to
thrift
make
stores is
you
the best way to start, right?
yeah,
And garage
definitely.
sales.
I for sure. That's how like selling used. Don't sell anything new from a garage sale and say it's new on Amazon because that will just come back to bite you. But like selling used on, from a garage sale is an awesome way. Used board games, video games, consoles, electronics. Those do really well and you'll generally see a huge return on that investment. So at least familiarize yourself with both. That's kind of what I do.
I
I'm
think that's
glad that
smart.
I'm
And
familiar with
oh, and
both.
another very important question. Um,
Yeah.
what about cutoffs for holiday? Like if you've never sent anything Amazon FBA, are you not going to be allowed to send stuff?
So I don't, they sent
Because
an
last year,
email a
didn't
little
they do
while
that?
ago. Yeah, like if you so last year, anyone with a seller account that had just signed up, or they didn't let anyone, I think from November on, sign up, who had
Okay.
just like they would only let them sign up for an account December 19th. They didn't let anyone during
Oh,
the Christmas season do it. And then they did send out an email recently that said that like if you hadn't sold a certain amount by I want to say like mid-September or October or
right.
something like that, then you couldn't sell during the Christmas season. But I think that only applied to those fulfilling merchant fulfilled, like sending your own stuff to the customer. Um, I think for FBA, basically just get started as soon as you can.
Yeah. As soon
Start
as
as
you
soon as
can,
you
as soon
can
as you
and
start sourcing stuff.
yeah, and see what and try to because Christmas is really a magical time. Like that's where with very little work I made $4,000. So like
Wow.
in 2 weeks, like
Yeah.
it's just powerful. So yeah.
Get that stuff up. Okay, well, everybody in the chat is saying great show, that it was so fun, and you know, Jonathan actually is from Miami, so I guess he's prepping for the storm as well. So he
Oh,
says, tell Ashley Jonathan says great show. I mean, I really think it was a great show. It could be biased, but no, I'm just kidding.
yeah.
It
Oh,
was a
thank
great show.
you.
It was a fantastic show. I mean, I'm probably gonna rewatch this just so I can like, because it's hard when you're like watching the chat and you know like trying to
Right.
it's
Right.
hard. So I'm definitely gonna rewatch it. I thought it was fantastic. So do you want
Oh,
to tell
thank
everybody
you.
again where they can find you? Because I feel like a lot of people are gonna want to find you.
Oh yeah, you're so sweet. And this was so fun, Stephanie. You're like a hero of mine. So like I'm so honored to even
Stop.
be
You
here.
are so I've always gotten
No.
along well with you. Like, you know, we always Instagram back and forth, and
Oh yeah,
I thought
we've
this would
always
be a
been
great fit for the
besties.
channel.
Yeah. So you can find me at Hustle at Home Mom on Instagram. That's where like most of my
It's down
activity
below.
is. And then YouTube also at Hustle at Home Mom. I just started a channel a couple months ago and
Mhm.
I'm gonna try to do at least
I told her to vlog.
right. I need to. So I'll be getting that more active. That's where you can find me. Like I do have a website too, and those are not very active though. So the YouTube and Instagram are going to be the best place. And I talk on my YouTube channel. I've done some videos outlining a lot of Amazon stuff. So if you're wanting to know more, you can go there.
Yeah. Oh, let me just answer this question right now because
Yeah.
somebody just asked us about the storm. It says, I have a question, Steph. Due to the storm, should I change my handling time or should I just notify buyers of delay? No, definitely change your handling time. I'm actually going to be changing mine tomorrow night. I'm probably going to put it like a 2 week because I think 2 week would be like worst case scenario, the handling time. I don't know how long I don't know. We don't know what we're going to get hit with. Like, you know, we could get hit with 200 miles per hour wind. We could get hit with nothing. So it's kind of like, got to prepare for the worst. So I'm putting my store on 2 weeks because I don't want to have to be worried about any of that. That's going to be the last thing on my mind is work. So
Yeah.
that's how I'm doing that. So thank you so much, Ashley, for coming on. I'm really excited I was able to do this like before the hurricane, you know, so we
Yeah.
can get this out in time. We didn't have to cancel or reschedule.
Yeah, definitely. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Ashley. Thanks, guys. So remember, give this video a thumbs up before you leave and make sure to follow along. I have all the links down below so you guys can follow Ashley and just follow her journey because she is always posting awesome stuff. I will see you guys tomorrow. So, and you guys will see Ashley on her Instagram.
Bye,
Bye,
guys.
guys.